Right. So now we're going to dig into the call options. Allow me to open up the Excel again. The file that I saved, I named as stock option data collection. So that's the data that we already collected. Okay. Now what we really need to do is to find out the option payoff. Okay, just give me a second. A bit trouble with my Excel. So just a quick review up here. Okay, so we visit the Yahoo Finance again and figure out that if the strike price was such, then the call option price, or in the book, I believe that they called call option premium, was 32.70. Well, the put option price or the put option premium was 22.55. Now I'm going to copy everything up here, okay? And I'm going to create a new table up there. Copy everything. I'm going to add a new worksheet up here. Click on new. Paste everything up here. Okay. So this one I'm going to dedicate it to the call option. Okay. So we are going to just do the analysis of call option here. All right. So how should we get started? Okay. So take a look at that. The strike price is 435. By December of this year, I believe the stock price will be different, right? So here I'm going to set up, this is going to be the future stock price, okay? So I'm just going to make my assumptions. Okay, so my future stock price for Microsoft. I would assume that it's a possibility, right? The stock price can go up or down. So I start with 400 as the future stock price by the time of the strike, December 20th. Could be 400. It could be 405. And so I gotta use $5 incremental here. Okay. And I keep it all the way down. You can stop at 475. That's probably good enough. See, 435 was the strike price, right? Okay. So let me highlight that as well. So 435, those both are strike price, okay? And well, after we have those, that we want to know what is going to be call option value. Call option value. Okay. If the stock price is 400 at the date of December 20th, right? So at the date of December 20th. But let's think about it. So given that, okay, the strike price is 435. So if we have this call option, we want one share of the stock, we will have to buy the stock with the option 435. However, if the real stock price is only $400, we would rather just buy the stock at 400. So we're now going to use this call option. So let me say it one more time, okay? Because we can buy the real stock cheaper. So we will not exercise the call option to buy the stock. Therefore, this call option at the date of December 20th, if the stock price is 400, this call option has 0 value because we're not going to be able to use it. Okay. Same thing applies to 45 until 435, right? So for 35, we have no difference between use the option or not. However, if the real stock price is going to be 440, this is going to be the time we need to take advantage of the option, which is going to be we buy the stock with the option 435, real stock price 440, and we buy the stock and we sell it immediately. We bought it for 35, sold it for 40, so we make $5 of profit. That's the option value at the expression date. So here you can see that we're actually assuming everything at expression date. This is going to be very important. That's going to be our assumption here. All right. So now we understand the logic, right? So how are we going to put this into the Excel formula, right? Well, the way that we're going to put it, we're going to use, say, okay, we know that the option price cannot be less than 0. So we're going to use a formula again here. We're going to use a minimum formula here. So we can say, okay, so the option price is going to be minimum of 0 or the difference between the strike price and the stop price. Well, the key is which one goes first. Right? So for the call option, okay, the future stock price is going to go first. Okay. So that's going to be, if it's 400, I will say, okay, this is going to be 400. Okay. Minus the strike price. Okay. And keep in mind that the strike price is fixed. So we need to use F4 so that we can fix that. Right. So let's close that. Hit enter. Oh, I'm sorry. Shouldn't be minimum, should be maximum, right? So whichever is making more sense to exercise the option. Okay, let me do it one more time. See, I confused myself, right? So let me do it all over again. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the formula so I can do it one more time anyway. So I'm going to put into the formula to say, okay, the option value should be the maximum either 0 or the difference between the stock price and the strike price. And the strike price need to be absolute reference. So I hit F4, put $2 in front, and then I close the parentheses. I hit enter. So now I can use my drag technique. Dragging it. I say, okay. So for a call option, if we buy the call option, we wish the stock price in the future will be high so that we can take advantage of all those, right? Okay. And just for the sake of exercise, okay, so I'm actually going to do another way. I'm going to enlarge this table a little bit. So I picked up both of those cells. I'm going to drag them down just a little bit further. Okay, just for fun. So let's read the very last line here. So if the stock price will be $5.25, then the option value is going to be $90. Okay. All right, so that's the value of the option. However, keep that in mind, we also paid the price of the call option, right? So we paid 32.7 at this date to purchase this option. So the profit or loss, so the profit or loss for this call option is going to be just simply the option value minus, remember, the call option, we need to pay money to buy it. So this is the cost. So we need to minus that cost. And that need to be fixed as well. So I'm going to use I'm sorry. I'm going to use the absolute reference for that. B11 for me, F4, hit enter. So that being said, if the stop price will be 400, the option holder will lose $32.7. And now let's use a double click technique. I'm going to double click it. Okay. So those are going to be profit or loss for the call option. Let's dig into it, right? So the first profit we actually seen is when the option reaches about 470, right? So that you know, the option holder can make a little bit profit on that, about 230. Okay. And actually the break-even point is going to be in between, right? 465 and 470. Okay. And I'm going to leave that to you to figure out where the break-even point is. Okay. Right. But if you're really curious, okay, I can add a row here. Okay. So here I'm going to do a little math here. So I want to say, okay, so that's going to be the strike price, right? And if the strike price, on top of strike price, I would need to make sure that I, as a option buyer, okay, I can recover from the price I pay. So the stock price must be the strike price plus the option price altogether, okay? So that I can break even. Okay, so let me see. Let's try see if that's gonna be right. So I'm going to highlight, see that I picked the option value and the profit. Both. Drag down a little bit. Oh, I have a typo here. So this is going to be exactly the break-even point, right? So this is going to be the break point for the option, for the call option, right? Okay. Now let's review see what we did. Okay, so we actually figured out, okay, that what will be the option value, yeah, given the strike price will be 435. Okay. So the option value actually increases along with the stock price, the higher of the stock price, the higher of the option value. Then we deduct the option price or the option premium from this option value. Then we figure out the profit or loss for this call option. So those are going to be the profit or loss. Okay. And the break-even point is exactly the strike price plus the option price or the option value, right? Okay, so I put absolute reference up here. It's not necessary because this is going to be just only one cell that I actually using it, right? Okay, so I'll pause it here for just a moment so that let you think through that. Okay. So that's going to be, the profit or loss analysis for the call option. Okay. Now I'm going to save my file. Save a copy. So this one that I actually have all option profit or loss actually, figured out. I'm just going to save into my OneDrive again. So that I have that in my folder, financial modeling. I'm going to save that. Okay. So now I'm done with the call option. So for the next video that we are going to go to the put option. See you in the next video.